Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. Please do the roll call.
Marita. Micah.
Here.
Joshua.
Here.
Sarah.
Here.
John. Heather.
Here.
Chris.
Here. Do we have any agenda or amendments to the agenda for today's meeting? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. Third.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do we have any amendments to the minutes from the previous meeting? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Moving on to the election of officers. Do we have anybody else who wants to do chair? I'll keep doing it if.
I'm gonna nominate you to keep,
Okay,
keep
Second.
sitting in that seat, please.
okay.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Vice Chair, Heather, do you want to continue?
Sure.
Okay,
So moved.
we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we need a secretary. Any volunteers?
What are the responsibilities?
Liz, you want to clarify? Usually not much, as I recall.
Yeah, the secretary usually stands in, if the chair and the vice chair are not there, and if someone's not here to sign a plat, I've had the secretary sign a plat, but you don't have to do minutes because we have the fabulous Anna to do that for us.
I'll volunteer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, do we have any public comments unrelated to the agenda items for today's meeting? Yep.
Hi, I'm Judy Elmer, and just here for myself and the concerns of so many people that have talked about relocating towers that are going in by Tlingit Haida and Tidal Network. And I know that's not on your table right now, but it just occurs to me so strongly that we don't have ordinances to cover everything that's coming at us, and technology and everything is coming at us so fast. And I know you go by rules you have to go by and things, and I just don't know what kind of planning we can do about things like that. Because I don't think Tlingit Haida is done with us in terms of towers. I think if we look at what's happened in Wrangell and Sitka and things where they want a tower every mile or 2 miles to ping messages. And I know from the people at Papke's, there's huge concerns about the tower going up there, because a lot of us have looked into more current research than FCC's from 1996, when people didn't really even have cell phones. An iPhone came out in '07. And so I think when there's danger or could be danger involved, I think we need to go slow and not just say, oh, we have to help them spend their $50 million. And so I'm just bringing it before this committee because you deal with rules and regulation and planning and zoning, and I don't know what's coming at us right now. I just have some serious concerns about it and how we can protect ourselves from that if a tower does go up in our neighborhood. So that's where I'm putting a lot of my research now, and still in hope that they will relocate the tower that's slated for Rory Road, that in some cases is just 50 feet from homes. One lady has a pacemaker and is concerned about what that will do for her. It's always been a growing area there, whether you go all the way back to Papke's or you look at the flower farms that have been there. And I'm hoping that there's a way that we can retain some of that in that neighborhood and other neighborhoods around Petersburg, where they shouldn't be near homes and childcare centers, hospital even, assisted living facilities. There's a danger there that is growing in the data being collected and the research that's being put together. And if agencies like FCC can't update in ours, we can look to research and decisions made in other countries that in some ways are far ahead of us. So I just put it out there as a concern. And if there's anything that planning and zoning can do to initiate things that are safer when there's danger, I think we need to be careful. So, reminds me a lot of how we used to put asbestos in even baby powder and found out later that that's very dangerous. And so now we have rules about it that we didn't know we needed back then. And I have a feeling that this is a lot like that in different ways. And so I just urge you to be careful, be watchful, and do what you can do individually and as a group. Thank you.
Thank you. We have nothing on the consent calendar for this month. So we'll move on to public hearing items. We have a 5-year review of a conditional approval for payment in lieu of parking for Valhalla Place at 107 Excel Street. Do we have any public testimony? Don't have anybody online or anything?
Don't have
Okay.
anybody online.
Okay. Do we have a motion? So we can discuss it?
Move to approve.
I second.
Discussion.
I'd like to amend the application to reinstate the condition that they provide that parking for their overflow parking, or being that they can't fulfill the parking regulations at their place, they had volunteered 103 North First Street as a place for
Liz.
overflow parking. And I felt even like if,
Yeah.
oh,
So go ahead and finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Good
Yeah.
finish.
okay, I was gonna say, even if he feels, or they feel that there are not people living in their apartments that are using that parking, they could be parking at the hospital where it's really hard to park. And we have such a shortage of parking downtown around that hospital and around that area. I'd like to see that stipulation in their application stay.
Thank you. Liz, what was your comment?
Was that a motion? Was there a motion
Long
already?
motion, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yes, I
yeah,
make a
was there
motion
Okay,
to
I just wanna-
amend. I make
okay.
a motion to amend their application, or revisit of application, to put back in the stipulation that they provide overflow parking at 103 North First Street.
So if it's okay, on page 8, there's a resolution to rescind it. So you're saying to amend this resolution to
Not rescind it, keep it in place, the extra
to
parking.
not rescind. And is there a time limit for review again, or just forever?
This was a 5-year review.
Mhm.
Would we take it up again in 5 years then?
That's the question I'm asking you.
I think that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
But I guess I've made a motion and it hasn't been seconded.
I'll second your motion.
Is there discussion? Comments?
I would just, I'm noting on page 8, one of the findings is that finding 6 per Vockerstedt owner, none of their tenants have parked at the overflow lot, which I find reason to allow them to rescind the requirement for overflow parking.
I second the motion.
Oh, I'm just, I guess, for that reason, I would vote against the amendment.
I would still vote for the amendment, because I feel like just because they may not be parking there, they may be parking at the hospital parking lot, which is really a hard place to find parking sometimes. And if you are a tenant, and if it's easier for you to just go ahead and park there, who would know and who would care, you would think. But if 103 North First Street is needed for overflow parking, I would like to see that stay that way. And I do notice people parking there. People park there all the time.
Well, and as the residents change, there might be more vehicles and,
Right, that's true. As residents change, they may have more visitors that come and they have vehicles. And they are already not meeting the requirement. So this was part of their stipulation,
Liz,
or our stipulation.
Right. So for those of you that are new, the way the parking requirement works in downtown, so we calculate, there's going to be a new construction for residential dwellings. It's generally 2 spaces per dwelling unit. Okay, so that's the standard that you have to meet. Because it's in downtown, there's these parking districts. So we kind of acknowledge that space is very tight downtown. And so we reduce that down for these downtown businesses. So theirs got reduced accordingly. In addition, the only exception, there's a few exceptions in code that if you still can't meet the requirement because your property is too tight, there's a couple of exceptions. One of them being this payment in lieu of parking. So under our code, they went through the process of getting the exception and paying the money so that they don't have to provide as much parking as required by the code. So in saying that they're not meeting it, well, they are meeting it under the terms of our code because they followed the procedure that we have laid out in our code that allows them to pay into this fund instead of providing the actual parking spaces. So at the time, the Planning Commission approved that. But then in addition, the Planning Commission said, oh, and we want you to provide this additional parking, which, to be honest, I'm not sure that that's not really contemplated in code. Under that kind of process, it's actually contemplated as a conditional use. If the applicant wanted to provide additional parking, they could come to the commission and say, I'd like to get a conditional use permit to provide parking elsewhere. So there's actually a separate process for that, but they never applied for a conditional use permit. And then the commission just put this condition on there. So just so you understand a little bit of how it came to be.
I'd like to comment that every parking stall requires between 180 and 200 square feet of space. In terms of ROI, return on investment, that's very poor. I mean, you get like 4 parking stalls, that's a detached single-family home. You get 20 or 30, that's a building. I think that we might be going in the wrong direction to put the stipulation for parking back in, just considering the return on investment. I mean, there's not a city in America, there's not a city in the world that has enough parking. And that should tell you something. Parking tends to be an infrastructure trap. It makes you space your urban development out further than you really need to, making you build more roads, more pipes, more mains, more electrical infrastructure, and that all has to be maintained. I'd like to go the other way on this one and rescind the fee, if that's even possible, and set a precedent that, you know, building does not really entail more parking. We need a better urban development, and that doesn't mean wasting land on free parking.
Any other comments? Okay. So let's be clear, we've got, did you make a motion to?
I made a motion to approve the resolution.
Right.
And we're on the amendment.
Okay. And Heather made the approval of the motion for the amendment. Okay. So, if we have no further discussion,
Are we voting on?
we have to vote on the amendment first,
Thank you.
and then we vote on the original resolution.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. Are we ready to vote on the amendment? Okay. Would you please do the roll call?
Joshua,
I vote to rescind.
Well, I don't understand what that
The,
was.
the motion, right, the amendment right now is to require the parking places. So it's either a yay or nay vote on requiring the parking places in the parking lot. That's what the amendment was for.
Yeah, not requiring.
So a no vote.
No, no.
Okay.
Sarah,
No.
Micah,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes. Okay. On the initial amendment, or the initial resolution to,
What's the original motion?
the original
amended?
motion, yeah,
As amended.
yeah, as amended.
So it's to
Oh.
approve this resolution with the language to, instead of rescind, it's not rescind, and then to add review in 5 years.
Okay. Any further comments, questions, anything else? Okay, roll call, please.
Joshua,
No.
Sarah,
No.
Micah,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Motion fails, right? Because you don't have 4 votes,
Yep.
so,
Would the amendment then also have failed?
yeah, that also failed.
So we were supposed to vote on the motion not amended?
No, no, that was, part was right. You just need 4 affirmative votes to
Pass anything?
pass. Oh, right. I'm sorry, you're right. So the motion to amend failed.
If
Mhm.
that
And
being
that-
the case,
It would have gone back to the
misunderstood.
original. No, you got it right. I got it wrong. So the original, motion to amend failed.
Yeah,
And so then you're back to the original
in that case, I'd like to revote.
resolution because the amendment failed.
I didn't understand that. the
Yeah,
amendment
no, I got it
failed.
wrong too. Yeah.
Um,
Does that make sense, you guys? What?
Do I have to move to revote?
do we want to just redo the roll call on that, or Liz?
Yeah, because it was a mistake, but if you guys, I don't think.
We're
you
all
need
in
to-
agreement that we can redo the roll call?
Right, because,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. but
okay,
I caught it on the second
So-
try, but not the first.
okay, all right.
On the,
So,
on the motion not amended.
so it's back to the original resolution,
The original resolution.
right?
has-
Very good.
Because the amendment failed, yep.
Okay, roll call, please.
Chris,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Joshua,
Yes.
Micah, Sarah.
Yes. Oh, good, I'm glad we figured that out.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. That takes care of the public hearing items, on non-agenda items. Commissioner comments?
We have Silver Bay
Oh,
to,
that's right. I forgot about Silver Bay. Sorry about that. Recommendation to the Borough Assembly, for an application from Silver Bay Seafoods for a special use permit for 6,000 square feet of borough right-of-way at West Dolphin Street. And as I recall, this is just continuing what OBI had there. It's basically the same thing that had been approved for OBI. But it's now Silver Bay, so they've got to redo the paperwork. So, do we have any public testimony? All right, hearing none. Do we have a motion?
I move to approve.
I second.
Okay, discussion.
Given that it was already in place before with the old tenants or the prior tenants, I think that that's reason enough without objection from the community to approve it.
I agree.
Very straightforward.
Yep. All right, roll call, please.
Sarah,
Yes.
Micah,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Joshua,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
All right. Now, moving on. Non-agenda items. Heather,
I had a commissioner's comment, and it was that I had voted previously to approve to the assembly the sale of borough land for Clinton Haida Tower to go up by that fire hall. I went to an October 20th assembly, borough assembly meeting, and started hearing all this other testimony. And I had a change of heart. And so at that meeting, I signed Ms. Omer's letter of concern. So I felt that I should bring that forward since it is kind of a 180 from my vote previously.
Thank you.
Okay.
Liz, any staff comments?
We do have an agenda item for the December meeting, so I think it's just one item, so it should be a pretty short meeting. And then also, if you noticed on page 6, 7, and 8 of your packets, the new and improved and hopefully not more confusing staff report and format and resolution. And if you'll note on page 7, kind of the whole reason to do this was to make the motion, I move to approve resolution, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then I think that'll make it a lot easier when you're trying to make motions. And then, of course, after that, you can obviously amend after. And I think since it's all written out, I think it might be a little bit easier to amend as well, since the whole thing's written out. So I
Can I
just wanted to
make a
point that out.
Comment on that, though.
Yeah.
Say if you're at home listening,
Mhm.
and you don't have, I kind of liked the way it was where you actually said what the motion was, so it was really understood in the room and on, if you're zooming it, what exactly the application or the resolution is for. Myself, I liked it better when somebody said, I approve the application for Ms. Liz's new driveway that needs a variance or blah, 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 whatever it is. I think it was a lot more easier to follow along than if you just say resolution number whatever. So I just want, maybe we could take that into consideration too. Maybe nobody else feels that way.
I was just concerned about the number of times it was incorrect.
Yeah.
It's my thing.
But-
And sometimes with the legal descriptions and everything, so that was my only motivation
Partly a
here.
new group, so maybe.
My other comment on this is that I don't really see anywhere in here where there's conditions or a header for conditions that would be associated with that motion.
There are, if there were going to be conditions, it would be findings and conditions of approval. So we could put that, like on the one for special use permit, if that's what you mean, on page 17,
Okay,
has findings of
Got it.
fact, the motion, and then it has recommended conditions of approval.
okay.
Yeah, so on that one, I didn't do it because there really wasn't,
Yeah,
we were removing a condition.
I
of
would just think
approval.
if there, it would be nice if that was there, even if there isn't anything, and then just none. So,
Oh, okay.
so
sure.
that just
So you know that there's none.
point
Yeah,
of clarification that we know there's none.
sure. Okay.
That's just all I would like to see. Otherwise, I think it's great.
I can try and expand what's on the resolution, put the title of the resolution in so that we have the action that's being done. So
Thank you.
approve resolution number blah, 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 to blah, 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 blah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Because then it would be also gives us a spot where we can add in, if we decide we want to add in conditions. it's
commit,
easy.
yeah.
We can just write it in there and then be
So-
able to have it for our records for what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, not a problem.
Okay.
I feel like it keeps getting longer, even though I'm trying to make it simpler. but it
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to work
I
that
just-
way.
I just want it to be clear. That's all.
I know, that's
So-
the trick, right? Put all the information in
Yeah.
there and try and make it clear and legible, but.
Yeah,
And short.
And short at the same time. I know.
clear but brief.
I know.
Exactly.
Right.
All right, our next meeting is December 9th, 2025 at noon. That should be on Tuesday, second Tuesday. And anybody have any idea if they're going to be able to be here?
It should be.
I'll be here.
I'll be here.
Should be here.
Okay, so we should have a quorum. It should be no problem. All right. Unless there's anything else, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.